This is a Fox News alert. I'm Mike Emanuel in for Brett Baer. We're following two major stories tonight. The Attorney General's refusal to appear at a House committee hearing on the Mueller report, and the fallout from what appears to be so far a failed overthrow attempt against the government in Venezuela. We will have an exclusive interview with President Trump by Catherine Herridge about those topics. That's coming up shortly. We have Fox team coverage. Steve Harrigan from Caracas. As Venezuela's disputed president tries to unify the military, we begin with Chief White House correspondent John Roberts and the bitter fight over the Attorney General's snub of one of the most powerful Democrats on Capitol Hill. Good evening, John.
Mike, good evening to you. The Attorney General spent more than 5 hours yesterday answering questions from senators. But when the House Judiciary Committee Chairman Gerald Nadler wanted to involve staff attorneys in on the act, Bill Barr said thanks, but no thanks.
An empty chair, a bucket of the Colonel's finest, and a ceramic chicken. The scene at the House Judiciary today as Democrats marked Attorney General Bill Barr's no-show and slammed President Trump.
He is trying to render Congress inert as a separate and co-equal branch of government. The challenge we face is that if we don't stand up to him together today, we risk forever losing the power to stand up to any president in the future.
But Republicans on the committee accused Chairman Gerald Nadler of turning the hearing into a political spectacle by insisting staff attorneys be allowed to question Barr.
We go back to a circus political stunt to say we want it to look like an impeachment hearing because they won't bring impeachment proceedings.
In her weekly news conference, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi took a shot at Barr for telling a House committee back on April 9th he knew nothing about complaints from the Mueller team about his summary of the Mueller report's findings. Mueller had sent a letter to Barr 2 weeks earlier outlining his concerns.
He lied to Congress. He lied to Congress. If anybody else did that, it would be considered a crime.
Before the Senate yesterday, Barr insisted he was answering a question about Mueller's team and not Mueller himself. In a statement, the DOJ slammed Pelosi. Spokeswoman Carrie Kupek saying Speaker Pelosi's baseless attack on the Attorney General is reckless, irresponsible, and false. The House Minority Leader said today Democrats need to move on.
I think it's time to stop wasting this majority and actually get something done for the American public.
But the White House isn't letting the Mueller report go. In a letter to the Attorney General obtained by Fox News, White House Special Counsel Emmett Flood ripped the report as a political document because Mueller didn't make a decision on obstruction but talked in detail about it. The letter was sent the day after the Mueller report was released. Flood writes, the special counsel and his staff failed in their duty to act as prosecutors and only as prosecutors, and called the report a prosecutorial curiosity, part Truth Commission report and part law school exam. The letter lays the foundation for President Trump to keep aides and documents away from congressional committees, even though he did not assert executive privilege over the Mueller report. Flood writing, the president's decision not to assert privilege is not a waiver of executive privilege for any other material or for any other purpose, and does not affect his ability as president to instruct his advisors to decline to appear before congressional committees.
Now, all of this could end up in court. The White House thinks it does have the law on its side, pointing to a 2014 Department of Justice opinion that senior staff members are immune from complying with subpoenas. However, there is a 2008 court decision that says they do have to comply with the subpoenas. So if this thing were ever to get before a judge, Mike, it could just be a coin flip.
All right, John Roberts leading us off from the North Lawn along with a bagpiper. John, many thanks.